Hi, I'm Mark Waldman. I'm the author of 12 books on relationships, science, neuroscience, whatever. I'm very honored that my last book was picked by Oprah to be one of the 9 must-read books for 2012. A small group of my friends asked me if I would share my expertise in another field in which I have been raised, because I've spent the last 20 years being an editor, an acquisitions agent for one of the largest literary agencies in the country. I've worked with editors, publishers, major authors for many, many years, helping them to bring their books and their writing skills up to par so they can get huge advances. So I decided to sit down and write a page to advertise my workshops. I give plenty of workshops and everything else. And so I wrote a page that I thought was pretty good, and all of my friends who know how to fill a room with a large group of individuals for a class said, "Mark, if you put that onto your website, I will not give you access to the tens of thousands of people that I know are going to be interested in your class." I said, "Well, let me write it again." So I sat down and wrote it again. "Mark, if you publish anything that even comes close to that, I'm not going to help you fill your classroom. Let me write it again. Mark, don't write it again." And so John Assaraf, who's a close friend of mine and is very famous for his appearance in The Secret, and he gets $1 million advance for his books and whatever else, he said, "Mark, I'm going to send you my copywriter, the person who writes the copy for all of my particular programs, some guy named Emerson Brantley." And I think, oh no. Because I look at this marketing style and I'm going, oh God, I can't write like that. That's not who I am. I can't tolerate that style of writing and whatever else. And so I said, okay, I'm going to hire Emerson. I'm going to trust the universe or whatever else. Nobody's going to sell my program if I don't go with the standard way of doing marketing. I don't really know a damn thing about internet marketing, whatever else. And he sent me, literally in a couple of days, 14 pages. And I'm thinking, should I do this or not? So I went to my boss, which is my wife. She reads through it, and she stares at me and she said, "Mark, if you change one word of that writing, this first draft from Emerson, I will divorce you." All right, I'm convinced. And I am so glad that I did this, because the people who came to my class fell in love with the way that Emerson he climbed into my head, he found out what my expertise was. And I don't care how great of a writer you are. If you want your words, if you want your class, if you want your programs to reach millions of people, don't try to do the marketing style of writing yourself. Find the best person in the world that you can do that. And trust that individual. And literally tens of thousands of people had access to these few pages that Emerson could write, and which I could never write even to this day. It is amazing. We've become close friends. He is an incredible individual. He recently handed me a copy of a book that he authored, and oh my God, the only thing I could say to you is this. He's as good as, if not a better writer than I, and I hardly know anyone in this room who can do both kinds of writing. So if you want to put together a class, a program, if you want to create a platform on the internet to bring people to your website, I cannot think of anybody else in the world to hire. Please give Emerson a call.